What is going on, family? Welcome. Of course, you know, this is Courtney Michelle, the Renaissance Belle, and I am glad that you guys are here with me today. Try to be a little festive since it's the holidays, the Santa baby in my earrings, giving y'all a little Marilyn Monroe. So, welcome to the stream. So, let's go ahead and dig into what we're going to talk about. This topic, if you saw the thumbnail, uh, hmm, talking about competition between the Black woman and the Latina woman. Wanted to talk about this today because it's been very heavenly in the manosphere. It's a lot of talk about Black women, how we should be a little nervous. Some people are saying scared that Latin women are taking our men and that we're not going to have the Black man because other cultures are taking it. So I want to dig deep and dive into that conversation. Um, it is important to me, and I'll get deep into that as well. And of course, you know, I'm going to take calls because I want men and I especially want Black women to get into this conversation because, again, I'm hearing it in the Black manosphere, but not necessarily Black women and giving their take on if they do feel like we are in competition with other cultures of women, specifically the Latina woman. Uh, it's unfortunate, however, because this conversation, it's nothing new. For as long as I can remember, I do remember, you know, the Rosie Perez of the days where, you know, Black men did have an affinity for Spanish women. In the South, it was kind of a little different. Our culture here is a tad. We're not as diverse in the South. It's usually you Black, white, Mexican, Asian, or a mix between those four. But I know, like traveling in New York and looking at people and thinking a woman is Black until she opens her mouth and starts speaking fluent Spanish, and it's like, oh, okay, so this is a little different. And so, learning about Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, you know, it kind of opened up my eyes to a lot of things. And then seeing things on TV, media, hip hop music, videos was like, okay. And then, of course, hearing stuff from my own Black men in my community saying that, you know, they have a thing for the Bonicuas. So that was interesting. Being in this space, I've had conversations with, of course, other women that are not Black. And what's interesting is that I myself has always gotten pinned back and forth with someone that didn't look like me. It was as if I couldn't have dialogue with someone of another race. It was always a comparison. So I always thought that that was interesting. And I want to bring up something uh, that I saw. I'm going to share it. I was on a stream maybe a few months ago. Shout out to Sister George. And, you know, just to talk in a way.
Tell Courtney she sounds like a bitter black baby mama. Nobody will ever be serious with you because you are not as pretty as white, Asian, or Latino females. Have fun dating convicts and dirtbag losers.
Sure. So,
Right.
I'm trying to be who you want me to be, especially if I want to have a husband, and I'm trying to create myself to be a wife to my man. But then when I do, I get treated as if I told you that you ain't shit. So then it's like, well, what is it that you want from me?
I'm going to pause that. So I was on a panel with Sister George, and again, you know, just talking my talk like I usually do. And then these are some of the comments that I get. And unfortunately, this wasn't the only one. I get randomly random comments and posts. And this guy decided to super chat me. Well, Sister George, $20 to let me know, you know, that I'm not as pretty as a white, Asian, or Latino females, and have fun dating convicts, dirtbags, and black losers. So, you know, me, I've gotten hit and bombarded with this type of rhetoric as well, where it's pinning me against other cultures, saying that I'm not as pretty because I'm not them, because I am black. I've gotten a lot of different comments too, saying you would be prettier if you were fair skinned, if your hair was longer. Um, so I just always kind of found it that's kind of interesting. But these are things that black women get bombarded with as well too. It's always a comparison. It's baiting Spanish women, Asian women, white women against us. I don't know if it's to make us feel bad. Um, I don't know what it's for, quite frankly. And I guess that's why I'm kind of on here, because I need y'all to tell me what this is about. Yeah, I'm not as pretty as white, Asian, or Latino females. I was like, okay. So, do I think some men think that Latina women are better? That they look better? That they treat them better? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think a lot of men think that as far as black men. I think a lot of white men think that. I think when we look at these women and they seem quite exotic, men are attracted to that. They're attracted to exotic, beautiful women. And I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that. I think the issue that I have is when we're pinning each other against us, a woman against another woman. If you want that, that's definitely fine. Doesn't mean you have to degrade the black woman in doing what you prefer. I definitely don't think black men would want that either. I don't believe that rhetoric as if going overseas and getting someone there. Um, I don't believe that those women are better than us. I think women are women. I think women have a human woman nature and might speak a little different, might sound a little different, might be lighter, might be darker, but women are women, people are people. And I'm really trying to figure out in this space, when are we going to start talking about the character of a person? When are we going to start talking about a person that has integrity? I don't care if you go overseas or talk to a J Lo, they're still human. They still have imperfections. Other cultures cheat. Other cultures are bad as well. So it's not just us. It's not just black women. Women over here in America, we just got some issues. It's been a whole lot of freedom that we have, and we just don't know what to do with it. Feminism not only affected the black community, it also affected, of course, white women, Asian women, Spanish women. It affected all of us here in America because of the freedom. There's something too that I'm going to pull up for you guys. Let's see. Y'all know I like a PowerPoint and I like to share. Let's see. Um, I understand, and I'm sure that you guys are very familiar with the divest community. Divesting, of course, is a lot of times is a lot of black women saying that they would rather prefer other men besides black men, that white men particularly treat them better. I see that this conversation is also bringing up divestment within black men. I see that they're going to Latino women because they say that they're getting treated better. And for me as a black woman, when I hear that black men don't want to be with the black women, it hurts me. I don't know if women are going to, especially black women, will admit it. A lot of us don't. A lot of us say, go on and be with that white woman, be with that Spanish woman. I don't care. We do. I'm not even going to front. We do care. And with me in particularly, the one that I've always been a proponent of black love. I've always been a proponent that black women should love the black man and the black man should love the black woman, and trying to figure out how we can get that back. When I see the divesting of our culture, it hurts me. I don't like to see it. And call it biased, call it whatever you want to, but I just think that no one can love you as far as a black man than a black woman. There's no other man that could really, really love me like a black man could. And I think another thing that really, really hurts me is that we get on these platforms and we say it, and other communities are hearing our woes. I don't ever really hear other cultures saying that they're tired of their women and they want to go overseas and get this. They do. I think we're more vocal about it. There's women also online that I kind of looked at, and they admit, especially the Spanish women, they know they get treated differently and that black men cater to them. And when I see that, man, shit hurts too. I'm like, there. So they know that they get treated better. And I see it. I know that they do as well. There's this one woman. Let me pull her up so y'all can see. Let's see what she has to say.
What's going on, man, with the black? I mean, is it cool with y'all dating black brothers? You don't have an issue with that, but who does?
Black women.
Is that a fact?
Well, I think it's a fact because they just happen to think and believe that we are taking their men. That Latinas should not be with black men. Black men belong with black women.
That's what they do.
Now, doesn't that sound racial?
It's actually quite interesting because I'm hearing this a lot.
But it's the truth.
I don't have a problem with the mixtures of races. So, what kind of thing did you ever deal with that you see with black women that blatantly did with you being with a black woman?
Where do I start? That guy I was telling you about. Perfect gentleman, sweetheart. Worked as a some type of bodyguard, whatever. Anyway, ran around. You know, he belonged to a lot of organizations. So yes, there's a lot of women around in these organizations, and which is predominantly men that belong to the organizations, but there's always women around. And he would never leave my side. He was a true gentleman. We would go out places, he'd stay by my side. And these black women, I would get the looks, I would get the snide remarks, I'd get everything. Trust me, they don't like it. They think we're taking their men.
We'll give you a dirty look straight up.
Yes.
Damn. Do you think that they probably think that you're Caucasian because you are Latina?
I don't know what they think. No, they know.
They know.
They know. It's not something I hide. I'm proud. I'm proud of what I am, of who I am.
That you date.
And who I date.
And who do you date?
Black men.
I'm going to say this. And I would say this for any culture. If you're truly proud of who you are and you love your color, your culture, how could you not want to love somebody that look like you? I don't understand that, and maybe y'all can. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. I can attest I've been wrong before. But for me to say I love being a black woman, why in the world would I not want to be with a black man? This Jackson 5 nose that I have, these big old lips, big thighs. Yeah, if I say that I love myself and I love being black, then why would I not want to marry someone that has the attributes like I do? Why would I not want my kids to look like me? And I think this is where I think of it Um, and again, maybe I'm wrong, but I can't see myself saying I love being a black woman, but I don't want to be with a black man. That to me doesn't make sense. Now, I do believe love finds its way and you can meet someone of another culture. Absolutely. Yeah, I believe that. I have not just historically just dated all black men. And I understand curiosity. I get it. But I've never been, and nor do I understand where I'm just not going to date black women. I'm just not going to date any black man. That's just not what I want. I don't think black men are worthy enough to date me. I don't think black women are good enough to date me. I don't get that. And for the life of me, I'm trying to understand. Again, I get that there's issues. Obviously, that's why we all here trying to figure it out. But how we gonna figure it out if we not with each other? There was a while ago. If y'all know who this little lady is, her name is Sin Santana. Sin Santana was on Love and Hip Hop, and interesting enough, she was on Lip Service with Angela Yee. And she said this clip, and it was a few years ago, and I think it resurfaced maybe a year or two ago, where she was talking about, again, something that black women already knew. We've been knowing for a long time how some black men feel about Spanish women, Latina women. And she got a lot of backlash. I don't know why, because she wasn't saying anything that wasn't true. Matter of fact, she was saying all facts. I think it just hurts to hear it. It just hurts to hear a Latin woman saying, "Yeah, black men treat me like a queen, in essence." Like the head? Here you go. Hold on. Let's get it.
Rican man, I'm good.
Okay, yeah, I'm good on a Puerto Rican man too.
What does that mean, sis? I do black eyes all day. Sorry.
I
did the Spanish
too.
I did the Spanish thing. Doesn't work out for me. I'm good.
Why? What's wrong with guys that are Hispanic?
I don't know. I think they're too emotional.
You don't think
Yeah, they're very
emotional?
overly possessive, Nina.
They are. The Puerto Ricans? Oh my God. Why are you breathing so hard now?
What?
Why are you breathing? I got time for them fucking Puerto Ricans.
Like, why he got
Black
so
guys
close
can
to
be
you in that
possessive
picture?
too.
Yeah, but
They're controlling.
they
No,
cater
Hispanic men
to-
are very possessive though.
Hispanic
Ridiculous.
men are way more possessive. And
Yeah.
black guys cater to us Spanish girls, especially. Like, they, you know what? Let me not even get into that.
Oh, she's gonna get herself in trouble now. The black girls,
Yeah.
They're
Nah,
gonna be
I
like,
didn't mean it like that, but, black girls gonna take it personal.
They'll be like,
Nah, but
I'm good. I don't know what the
guys too.
poppies.
But for me, even my Latino men, I like them a little bit with some color, because I like the way the dark skinned dick looks.
Mm. All right, Sin Santana. I hear you like the way the D looks, the dark D. Which again, I'm like, well, do you fetishize about black men? That happens as well too. I mean, who wouldn't? Black men are sexy as hell, so I get it. So, does that hurt black women when we hear those things? For some of us, like me, it does. When I hear other races saying that they're getting catered to by black men who I feel belongs to me. And I know a lot of people, they don't belong to you, whatever. Well, that's what I think. And I also think that I belong to the black man. Again, I'm for black love. I'm for black people loving and growing with each other. I'm for our culture. I'm for our community. So yeah, it does. I want black men to cater to their women, the black woman. I want black women to cater to their man, the black man. That's what I see in essence is the best situation for us as a community, is for us to get back together and love on each other and make beautiful children that look like us. I'm so excited to see some of these comments because I know y'all gonna be like, what? Y'all black woman, y'all ain't treating the black man good. We not. Doesn't mean that can't be turned around. We haven't been treating ourselves good. Hell, I think Black women, we need to go back to the drawing board and understand what love is, what loving yourself looks like, so we can love our Black man. But damn, that shit hurts though. I'm going to put in the link for some people to come on up.
Okay. So
Get some of
have
this.
a different color dick than the rest of their body.
They still talking about penis. I'm going to put this in here for you guys to come up and think. You know, it was interesting too, just kind of looking at things like that and hearing what Sin said. And of course, she's with Joe Budden, or she was. She ended up just like us, like me. She's single with a child. So were they loving her that much? She still ain't got nobody. Hitting the wall. A woman is a woman is a woman. So the question is, do we compete? Should Black women compete? Are we going against the Latina women and competing them for our men? Are our men being taken away by other cultures because they don't want to deal with us anymore? Or we just can't get right, like in the movie Life, and we just can't get right at all. And so this is done. I don't know. I'm the forever optimist. So I don't believe that it's over. I don't believe that Black men should give up on Black women. But I'm not naive to not understand that there are Black men that want to be with other cultures, that they think they sexy. 50 does. And you know, I think it's two types of Black men that believe this. 50 is one. Y'all remember when he was on a podcast with Lil Wayne and he was talking about foreign women? I remember. Let's see what he got to say.
You see what I'm saying? And I look and I go, yo, this is why they get mad, they get angry. You see a lot of sisters, they go, oh, you fuck with this kind of girl or that kind of girl. That shit is exotic. That shit looks a lot different from the shit that you see in the neighborhood all the time. It looks like that shit looks like it came off a boat, man. You don't like that motherfucker? You don't like that? You go, goddamn, what's the matter with you? This shit feels like something foreign. It feels like something that you can't just get. So in some kind of ways, it is interesting to explore. You know what I'm saying? But they get mad, they get angry. How did you end up with this motherfucker or this, that? I'm like, huh?
For real. They get real.
I just look at it like, oh, look at this. And then my instinct always makes me defensive. So I go, look at this angry Black motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. He's trying to fuck up the whole vibe. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because you're going, no, I know what the fuck you doing, bitch. And then you go, and it's not even that that's the real thing. But it's the way, instinctively, how you feel. Because the person is
got defensive. You're defensive.
Yeah. It's the defense mechanism. Look, you go to the neighborhood right now. You say, yo, what's up?
What's up, y'all? I'm just
Yeah. So I remember when that came out and he said that. Now it's like a catch-22 being a Black woman. You don't want to hear that. But he's being honest. He can have his preference. We all have preferences. But I guess it hurts when you aren't being preferred. I guess it hurts when who you love and who you want to be attracted to you is not, because you look at such. And I think it's also interesting when we have the debate of should we compete? And it's like, I think it's Black women, we're like, Well, damn. Okay, you want us to compete with women. However, they still have attributes as a black woman. Like these Spanish women, white women, Asian women, big butts that we've always been known for. Well, they getting it too. The big lips, big breast, getting a little darker. Darn, they kind of looking like us. So we competing against women that are wanting our attributes. I'm going to pull up some people here. There's a couple of the clips that I wanted to show because I did say it was two types of men that I think. And when we talk about competition, the 50s, there's no competing with that to me. You just want something that looks different from your neighborhood. You want something that looks different from you. You can't compete with that because they want something different. So then you got to let them get something different. But then there's these other men. There's other men that kind of broke down maybe why they're going to Latin women. And I'm going to play him and then I'm going to bring up some people. Well, I'll bring you up here. How are you doing? Hi, Spirit.
I'm
You know
good.
with me, I'm going to play this clip and I want you to tell me what you think as well too, okay?
All right, no problem.
All right.
We have to find out exactly what the problem is, and not for the woman to admit it, but for the man to encourage the black woman to know what the issue is so they can say, wow, that's so what do I need to do? Like rather than, oh well, let me just that is the problem, but I'm gonna tell you another problem. No, this is why dudes are running to Brazil. This is why guys are going to Costa Rica. This is why guys are going to Dominican Republic. Black men are visually into women, off the muscle, physically. So at the end of the day, if you sexy, you sexy. Why? Why are so many Hispanic women bloating their butts up to be bigger? Because they know that that's what black men are into. They know that's what it is right now. So now it becomes a thing of, so what is that telling our sisters that got the natural butts that had it or they didn't have it? What is that telling them? Oh yeah, but Nicki Minaj may be giving the wrong message. Beyonce may be giving the wrong message. The true message is, listen, just be cool. Be around a brother and just chill. Guys feel, a lot of black men feel that sisters are just over the top in a lot of ways. And it shows that they've been through pain in the back. And a lot of dudes don't want to deal with that when they could deal with the woman that looks just as good as a black woman. And they don't have to do all that. That's one of the main issues is attitude. You ask any black man that has issues of knowing why so many black women are single, he's going to tell you that attitude is the first thing.
Well, let me say this.
Hey. Well, I see someone say he's preaching. I hear you. So I said there was two types of dudes. You had the 50 that said he just wants the aesthetic. He wants someone to look a little different from the woman, the Keisha around the block. And then you have this gentleman that said, we just want you to be cool. And a lot of black women come with a whole lot of stuff that we don't want to deal with. And so we'll get someone, in essence, like I said, might have attributes like a black woman, but maybe not the black woman because they can't deal with us. Then I'm like, well, darn, have you dealt with every black woman? So what you got, God Will?
So a good topic. I appreciate you for bringing me up. Appreciate you on this topic. So you're right. There are different types of black men that want different types of things. I'm from the South like you. I'm from Birmingham, from Alabama. I think a lot of it stems from culture, right?